Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have a brand new episode in our card spotlight series in which I look at a card that I feel is underplayed or underappreciated in Commander and discuss its merits. But before we do that, just a quick reminder to please click subscribe if you enjoy these videos. It's the only way the YouTube algorithm really notices me, and we're currently growing the channel and it helps me a lot. Much appreciated. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite cards in Commander to build around, and that is Spike It. Now, if you don't know what Spike It does, it's a super flavorful card. For 2 colorless, it's an artifact equipment which says equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has all names of non-legendary creature cards in addition to its name. Now, the reason I like this so much is that it's an amazing build around. We've never really seen an effect like this on any other card. It's super different and super cool because it's going to allow for all these weird interactions and for all these cards that are normally not very good to suddenly become quite good. Now, something that people often forget about is that it does have that non-legendary clause here. So most of the cards we're going to talk about in this video will not affect legendary creatures, so do please keep that in mind. However, there's a ton of stuff you can do with this. So obviously the first thing you're going to do is be putting it on your own creatures. However, there are a couple of instances where you want to put it on your opponent's creatures, and why we want to be doing that will become apparent in a moment. But we can use something like Arden, Intrepid Archaeologist, to put it on our opponent's creatures. But why would we want to be doing that? Because of something like Eradicate. This is a really nasty one when you manage to put it on your opponent's creatures, because when we use this to remove the opponent's creature that has this equipped, we're going to search their library, graveyard, hand for all creatures with the same name and exile them. Since this has all names of non-legendary creatures, that means we're going to exile every non-legendary creature from the deck, hand, and graveyard, which should be enough to take most players out of the game, honestly. So that's one of the nastiest things you can do. I don't recommend it necessarily if you don't want to lose some friends, but there's a lot of other cool synergies. For example, Evil Twin. This equipped onto an Evil Twin is basically going to allow your Evil Twin to remove any creature on the board every turn. That's pretty good. Or you could use Maelstrom Pulse. That's going to work to clear the board of all non-legendary creatures for 3 mana, making it an incredibly good board wipe. Another one that I found that seemed really interesting was Verdant Succession, because that one means that if the creature that has this equipped dies, we're going to search our library for any creature in our deck that's not legendary and put it straight onto the battlefield, which is really solid. In recent sets as well, this deck has got quite a bit of support. We have something like March of Burgeoning Life, which is basically going to allow us to search for any creature card in our deck that isn't legendary and put it straight onto the battlefield. That's pretty solid. Mocking Doppelganger is going to work really, really well because it's going to come in as a copy of a creature your opponent's controls, which isn't necessarily that problematic until you equip the Spike It onto it, and then it says other creatures with the same name as this creature are goaded. So that means that all non-legendary creatures, including your own, are going to be goaded, which is going to throw the table into absolute chaos, and I absolutely love it. There's 2 older cards that are also pretty good with this that I wanted to mention, which are Mask of the Mimic, which is basically going to let you sacrifice a creature and search a library for any non-legendary and put it straight into play. Amazing for 1 mana. And then there's Cornered Market, which is very mean and I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but it basically means that no player can play any non-legendary creatures while this is on the board and you have Spike It attached to one of your creatures. So those are just some of the cool synergies you can have with this card. There's actually tons and tons more that you could actually get into, some of them more convoluted than others, but I just think it's a really cool thing to build around, and one day I think I will definitely make a deck built around it because there's a bunch of ways to search it up as well. And in any case, I think that it's cool enough that I think it shouldn't be in 0% of decks, so please give this card a chance. So there you have it. That has been our card spotlight for today. What are your thoughts on this card? Let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!